conflict going in the West Asia, from where we source our most of the petroleum product is under conflict, and we are facing some issues in sourcing our petroleum products. You are all aware that India meets its LPG requirement. Almost 60% of that is met through imports, and out of that 60% imports, 90% is sourced from the Middle Eastern countries. And this 90% primarily flows from the Strait of Hormuz. There are some cargoes which comes from Yanbu, which is beyond the Strait of Hormuz. So we can consider that the 90% of 60% of the LPG imports are under the conflict area, or the area which is under disturbance. With the help of my wonderful team and the state government as well as the union government, and all the stock of 12 days petrol, and diesel is about 16 days. Similarly, at our retail outlets, as on date, we have got a petrol stock of about 13 days and diesel of about 6 days. Just to give you a context, these were other numbers better than the conflict time. So if you talk about February to April, these numbers are better than those times. So absolutely no reason for any concern on the petrol and diesel side. As far as the LPG is concerned, the domestic LPG supplies have been normal, and the government is making all out efforts to maintain that these remains normal. However, because of the conflict going on, the people being concerned about the availability, so much going in the media, there has been an increase in the bookings, and ultimately resulting into the delivery period. The booking period to delivery period has increased. Earlier it used to be around 2 days. Now on an average, if we talk about, it is around 6 days. So some area might be 4 days, another could be 10 days. So that is the situation. As I said, the union government as well as the state government is giving us full support, and the union government on a regular basis is conducting the meetings with the state government as well as with the OMCs, and giving them the directions on how to move ahead. Similarly, we at OMC level, we are coordinating with the state government on a regular basis, especially with the Food and Civil Supplies Department, and apprising them of the situation and the policies which are coming in flowing from the union government. With this, I'll come to the specific issues or the specific questions which you might have in mind. I will try to see that all your questions are answered beforehand. So the biggest question which can come is from where my LPG, where we are sitting, is sourced. So I would just like to tell that for IOC, we have got talk specifically about Punjab and Chandigarh. We have got 4 bottling plants, one at Nabha, another at Jalandhar, Bhatinda and Goindwal Sahib, which is under Taran. So all these bottling plants as on date are supplied by our Panipat refinery, and which is operating at its mandated capacity or even more than that. Coming to the HPCL is operating its bottling plants at Hoshiarpur, Bhatinda, and one of our private water plant at the Ludhiana. So all these bottling plants are also getting supplies from its refinery, HMEL refinery at Bhatinda. On the BPCL side, BPCL is operating 2 bottling plants, one at Lalru, another at Bhatinda. These plants are getting their supplies from the import locations at Kandla, Pipavav, or all on the west coast of India. West coast being nearer to the conflicted area and the supply area, we are still getting the supplies, some affected, but as far as these 2 bottling plants are concerned, we are getting regular and the adequate supplies. So if I sum it up, out of the total requirement of Punjab and Chandigarh, 80% is met from the indigenous supply sources, that is Panipat refinery and Bhatinda refinery. So 80% is 100% sure, and the remaining 20% also, as of now, there has been no issue at all. Just to give you some numbers, we have got a total requirement of about 2,400, and we are getting the adequate supply. You would have heard that the Union government has, at the beginning of the conflict, had advised the refineries to see if the LPG production can be upscaled, and in response to that, all the refineries, whatever way they could do, the LPG production has gone up almost by 25 to 30%, which is a big relief to the country as a whole. अभी मैं इसके बारे में बात करता हूँ और कि डोमेस्टिक एलपीजी की क्या सिचुएशन है, जो कि हम सब लोग बोल तो रहे हैं कि ठीक है, लेकिन शायद कभी कभी न्यूज़ आइटम आता है कि दिक्कत हो रही है. टू गिव यू अ कंटेक्स्ट, एलपीजी बुकिंग्स जो कि मार्च 25 में करीब 1.78 लाख होती थी, वो बिकॉज ऑफ दिस पैनिक बढ़ के 2.03 लाख हो गई. सो वो जहाँ हम कम करने की बात कर रहे हैं, बुकिंग्स हैव इंक्रीज एंड विच हैज़ रिजल्टेड इनटू my delivery time being increased, and the news items flowing that it is taking more time to deliver. As far as but the situation has changed since then, because the people have now developed a confidence in the entire supply delivery system, and the bookings for the April 26 per day have come down to 1.63 lakhs against a last year booking, the April 26 of 1.70 lakhs. So that is a positive sign, and we are seeing that we are able to deliver these at the earliest. Since the beginning of this conflict, and even prior to that, we have been making efforts that the bookings which we are receiving comes through a digital mode, and the delivery is also made through an OTP based system which is called a DAC, delivery authentication code. So the purpose of all that is to see that the entire system remains transparent, and there is a traceability of every booking and every cylinder. So there has been some positive shoots here. Just to give you the numbers, in February 26, the digital bookings which we used to receive were around 81%, which has gone up to 93% as of yesterday in April 26. There is still a scope for improvement for us, because the all India average is around 95%. So my team is still making efforts and see that the bookings are still in the range of 95% or more, which means that out of each 20 bookings which we are receiving, 19 are received through the digital modes, and only one person is only going to the distributorship and booking it there. So that is resulting into the lesser queue at the agencies, and it is helping this. And with the help of all of you, I would like to tell you that there are multiple options as far as the digital bookings are concerned. Each oil company, IOC, BPC, HPC have their app, and it's only a click you can book your gas cylinder. You can do it through a missed call, you can do it through a WhatsApp, and there are IVRS system also available from this. On the delivery authentication code, which I said, the OTP based receipt system, there is a substantial improvement. The February 26, we had a DAC compliance of only 66%, which means every third cylinder was supplied without a DAC, and today the number stands at around 92-93%, which is almost at par with the all India numbers. So compliments and thanks to you for communicating our message to the public, and the public has also developed a confidence in our booking and the delivery system. Since the beginning, while our enrolled customers were getting the supplies, there were some issues faced by the migrant laborers in getting our cylinder supplies, primarily because they were not either having a regular connection with them, or if they wanted to take a new connection, it was difficult. So with the directions from the government, we have increased the supplies of free trade LPG, which is the 5 kg LPG cylinders, and for which we have arranged a number of camps to facilitate the supplies of these cylinders, and happy to share that since 9th of April, if I'm
March.
no, I think this month only camps have. From 1st of April, we have started putting in the camps, and 198 camps have been organized since then, and that has been received well by all the migrant laborers, and against sales of 1500 cylinders per day during February 26, April 26, we have sold 3,700 cylinders per day, which is almost 2.5 times. So the news that the migrant laborers are not getting the cylinders is not correct. We are facilitating them, and we have made sure that most of our retail outlets where these migrant laborers are living have got a stock of 5 kg cylinders. They can buy it from there, else they can go to any of our distributorship or point of sales wherever we have opened, and they can take it from there. While all these numbers as of now looks very good, another area which is concern, and we have been managing it till now, is the commercial LPG. Since the beginning of the crisis, the government made it clear that our priority immediately is the domestic LPG, and it started with 20% supplies to the non-domestic customers. During that time also, we mentioned that all the hospitals and the educational institutes will continue to get their supplies on a regular basis. But as the time passed and the situation started becoming clearer and clearer, the government has increased this 20% to 70% now, with certain mandates, certain riders, and certain conditions. So happy to share that against 12,661 cylinders pre-crisis daily average cylinders, we are supplying about 9,168 cylinders on a daily basis. So we are seeing that if the supply situation improves at the earliest, and we will increase it further if the availability of the product improves in coming days. But in the last couple of days, I am not getting any concern, because either the people who could have moved on the alternate fuels, they would have moved, but the supplies are almost nearing normal, while we are saying it's 70% as of now. As I said, the sectors which have been accorded priority are hospitals and healthcare institutions, educational institutes, pharmaceutical industry, seed processing industry, fisheries industries, airlines, and railway canteens. So we are working with all these establishments, working with the state government, and you must be aware that there is a 3-level ED committee, industry committee, which has been formed. So any industrial customer or a commercial customer which feels that they are not getting, they can write it to this committee, and the committee on a daily basis is allocating the commercial supplies to them. Apart from what we are managing the LPG supplies, the government is also seeing that if some quantity can be moved to the alternate fuels, and the biggest push has been given to the PNG sector, where the pipelines have been laid, and the gasification was pending. So there had been number of communications on the social media and otherwise also, to requesting the people at large that wherever the pipelines have been laid, if the people can shift to the PNG. And in response to that, I would like to tell that in Punjab alone, when since the start of the conflict, that is 1st of March, we have issued about 2,701 domestic connections, 33 commercial connections, and 7 industrial connections. Similar are the numbers in Chandigarh, wherein about 281 new connections have been issued. In connection to that, the government has also requested that those who are in the possession of, either in possession of PNG connections or are taking a fresh PNG connections, they should surrender their LPG connection for the purpose that a better planning can be done as far as the demand and supply is concerned, and for which a portal has also been created. You just need to go and fill in the details. Rest of the things will be done by our team of the distributors as well as our field officer. So any of you, if is having a PNG connection, you can go to this this portal of mypng-d.in and surrender your connection, and we will get the information and we'll reach out to you for taking the equipment back. During this whole process, our LPG distributors, which are about 863 numbers in Punjab, they have also done a fairly good job in ensuring supplies and to our authorized customers, and also managing the customer grievances, because initial days when there were number of queues, they dealt with them with a lot of patience. But at the same time, the government, state government as well as the union government has ensured that the continuous rigorous inspections and enforcement is to be done to prevent any black marketing, hoarding and diversion. So there had been two-pronged approach there. One was the OMC team members also conducted the inspection, and the Food and Civil Supplies Department also conducted the raids on a regular basis. And just to share with you, report of these inspections are shared with the union government all on a daily basis, and subsequently in the press briefing you must be hearing that it's also being shared with the media members also. With respect to the Punjab, if I talk about in March, April, we have conducted 344 connections by the OMC officers, and out of that 160 show cause notices have been issued, and out of that 160, on receipt of their responses, 45 speaking orders have been given as per the marketing discipline guidelines, which is ultimate bible for them to conduct themselves in the market. Similarly, the Punjab state government has also conducted 2,744 raids, and 472 cylinders have been seized during this process. I want to assure all our consumers through each one of you that we are observing a zero tolerance policy in against any malpractice, and anybody found indulging in either hoarding or any malpractices, the actions will be taken under the Essential Commodity Act and the LPG Control Order. The another important point which before I close and make a request to our customers, I would like to tell there has been a lot of misinformation also happening on the social media. While most of our authorized media persons are responsible and doing it, sometimes there are old bites being run or another state being run in this. So I would like to only tell you the state of Punjab and the UT of Chandigarh, as well as the other states which I look after, there are zero dryouts and at any of the LPG distributorships in Punjab. There are petrol and diesel supplies are completely normal across all these states. While auto LPG is not a very prominent fuel in the state, but still all our auto LPG stations, primarily operated by IOCL, are functioning well. The sales have also increased considerably, especially in the state of Punjab. While Chandigarh and I think one more is you have at one more place.
Chandigarh is there. Himachal is also there.
Chandigarh and Himachal, it's almost at the same numbers, but the Punjab, the sales have considerably increased, and there has been no shortage in supplying it to those stations. Punjab government has established a control room which is operating 24/7, and anybody facing any problem or any found any malpractices, they can report at this number. I'll repeat that number as 0172 3321 001. As I shared, the joint raids are being conducted by the state government as well as the OMC field officers. my team and myself also have sent the video messages to the public as well as to our channel partners. I'll share the number with you later. So senior leadership have sent the video bites requesting all our channel partners, that is distributorships, to ensure the supplies are regular, and also to deal with our esteemed customers with compassion, so that while their worry is genuine, we need to deal with them with facts and figures. And as I said, there are regular meetings also being conducted at all levels, at OMC level, the state government as well as the union government level. So before I conclude, I would like to make a request that do not panic at all. There is absolutely no shortage of petroleum products in our country, and including the domestic LPG. I would also like to request you that book your LPG through the official mode only, and preferably through the digital mechanism, through our WhatsApp, through the missed call, through IVRS, or through the app of individual oil company. Avoid crowding at the distributorships or at the godown, because that gives a feeling of a shortage at all, which is actually not so. And if you have an alternate available, please do consider adopting those alternatives. You would be doing a great service to the nation in terms of releasing that much pressure on the LPG, which is actually under the pressure while we are managing it. And a request to save energy. If you can use a lesser LPG in cooking, that can also help us. And in case you find any black marketing or hoarding, do report at the number which I shared. I'll again repeat, that is the Punjab government's control room, 0172. I'll repeat, 0172 3321 001. Apart from that, the oil companies also have got their own helpline numbers which are available at our websites. You can take that. And the most important is a one common number in case there is a leakage which you find in LPG. There is a common number of 1906. Do report immediately. Our team will be there in not more than 2 hours and to assist you. So this is all from my side. Thank you for your patient hearing, and I assure you that my team is working 24/7 to see that there is no dearth of petroleum products in this part of the country. Thank you.
सर मेरा एक सवाल है सर, जैसे आपने भी कहा कि एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन भी और आपने बताया कि किसी तरह की कोई शॉर्टेज नहीं है, लेकिन पिछले दिनों देखा गया और हमने कवर भी किया कि कई सिलेंडर जो है वो ब्लैक होते हैं, खासतौर पर जो स्लम्स एरिया में, उनकी वीडियोज़ भी सामने हैं, हमने भी लोगों से बातचीत की। तो सर ऐसा क्यों है, जब सप्लाई बिल्कुल सुचारू है जैसे आपने बताया, तो ये ब्लैक का क्यों इस तरह की जो पिछले दिनों में जो लास्ट आपने कहा वो ऐसा क्यों होता है?
मैं एक बार सारे क्वेश्चन ले लूँ, फिर हो सकता है कॉमन होंगे तो आंसर कर देंगे, है ना? दैट विल बी बेटर।
एक और चीज़ कि जो नए कनेक्शन हैं वो अभी ऑपरेशनल नहीं है, बिकॉज अभी फिलहाल क्या हो रहा है कि कुछ लोग अभी शायद वैसे ही मैनेज कर रहे थे और वो एक्चुअली में दे वांट टू डू अ बुकिंग, दे आर नॉट, तो इसीलिए भी आई थिंक देयर इज दिस पैनिक कि हमें सिलेंडर कैसे मिलेगा।
Correct, madam. Answer. That's a very valid question, but I'll answer. See that.
Sir, is there any proposal to reduce the login period of cylinder booking, which is 25 days?
सर एक बुकिंग जब कर ली जाती है सिलेंडर की, तो उसके बाद भी कई बार हफ्ता हो जाता है और सिलेंडर जो है वो नहीं मिलता, तो इसके बारे में भी आप देख लीजिए। और दूसरा सर, पेट्रोल पंप पे 5 किलो का सिलेंडर है वो मिल रहा था, कुछ जगह वो नहीं मिल रहा है, तो क्या वो दोबारा से क्या स्टेटस है वो
कमर्शियल में गैस उसमें क्या स्टेटस है, मिलना है लोगों का? कमर्शियल जो सिलेंडर आपने उसका क्या स्टेटस है? और दूसरा लोगों को ये भी एप्लीकेशन है कि रेट बढ़ने वाले हैं, क्या रेट
So what about pipeline अगर किसी ने करवाने के लिए चंडीगढ़ में फॉर एग्जांपल नहीं है अभी इतना तो उसको अगर कोई अवेल करना चाहता है what is the option? जो आपने स्टॉक बताया,
Pipeline होगा?
सही आपने स्टॉक बताया कि 12 दिन का है, वो सारे सभी स्टेट्स पेट्रोल डीजल का।
मैडम ये जब हुआ था ना कॉन्फ्लिक्ट, बिकॉज इट्स एन इमीडिएट आंसर, वो पहले भी उससे कम ही होता था। तो ऐसा कोई नहीं है कि हम साल भर का रखते, आता रहता है रिफाइनरी से बनता रहता है, सो दैट्स नॉट अ कंसर्न, दैट्स ऑल। तो चलिए, गुड दैट आई डिड अ गुड जॉब, आई थिंक दिस द क्वेश्चंस आर लेसर। while I have been speaking for a time, so my colleague Sushant will first answer on the pipeline thing, and then I'll answer on the remaining part.
मैं बेसिकली पर्टिकुलर जो हम लोग पीएनजी की बात कर रहे हैं, पीएनजी पेनिट्रेशन पे अभी काफ़ी फोकस है बेसिकली। मिनिस्ट्री की तरफ से भी काफ़ी डायरेक्टिव्स आ रहे हैं कि पीएनजी हम लोग जितना ज़्यादा, जैसे सर ने भी बोला कि पीएनजी जितना बढ़ाएंगे उतना एलपीजी पे लोड कम आएगा। चंडीगढ़ की अगर हम लोग बात करें तो चंडीगढ़ के काफ़ी सारे सेक्टर्स ऐसे हैं जिसमें ऑलरेडी पीएनजी की लाइन है, पाइपलाइन ऑलरेडी है, और उसमें भी कई सोसाइटीज़ ऐसी हैं जहाँ पे हमने लगभग 70 to 75% घरों को कवर किया हुआ है। तो अभी
फोकस हमारा ये है कि जो बैलेंस वहाँ पे 20-25% बचा हुआ है जो नेटवर्क है, उनको तो हम लोग इमीडिएट बेसिस पे कर सकते हैं, क्योंकि वहाँ पे ऐसे हमें कोई भी अप्रूवल या फर्दर कोई भी सिविल जॉब की रिक्वायरमेंट नहीं है। इसके अलावा भी अभी हमारा एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन के साथ में कंटिन्यूसली मीटिंग्स हुई हैं, जिसमें कि एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन ने हमें बोला कि हमारे तरफ से पूरा सपोर्ट है। अगर आज की डेट में किसी भी सेक्टर में आपको पाइपलाइन डालनी है, आप एप्लीकेशन के लिए 24 आवर के अंदर हम अप्रूवल आपको देंगे, जो कि पहले टीडीएस टास्क था, मतलब कि अप्रूवल्स बहुत सारे स्टेजेस पे जाता था, और उन्होंने ये भी ध्यान दिया कि 24 आवर के अंदर अप्रूवल नहीं दे पाते हैं तो आप ग्रांटेड लेके चलिए, मतलब इतना उन्होंने ओपनली सपोर्ट पे बोला है। तो वो चीज़ पे ऑलरेडी आईओपीएल हमारे यहाँ पे सीएनजी प्रोवाइडर है, पीएनजी जो कनेक्शन प्रोवाइडर है, वो एग्रेसिवली काम भी कर रहे हैं। तो पहला टारगेट ये है कि जिन सेक्टर्स पे अवेलेबल है उनको इमीडिएटली कवर करके हमारे नंबर्स बढ़े, बेसिकली जो हम चाह रहे हैं कि लोड कम हो, और पैरेलली जो भी सेक्टर्स हैं जहाँ पे अभी तक कनेक्शंस नहीं है, पाइपलाइन नहीं है, उस पर भी ऑलरेडी सिविल वर्क स्टार्ट हो गया है, जिसमें कि हम टारगेट भी कर रहे हैं कि नेक्स्ट 3 मंथ्स के अंदर हम पर्टिकुलर उन सेक्टर्स को भी कवर कर सकते हैं जहाँ पे कनेक्शन। पैरेलली इसमें कमर्शियल एंगल में भी जो भी मेजर होटल्स हैं या फिर फूड जॉइंट्स हैं, उन पर्टिकुलर सेक्टर में पीएनजी कनेक्शन के साथ हम लोग बढ़ रहे हैं। इसमें भी काफ़ी मुझे जैसे 7 सेक्टर है या आपका 26 सेक्टर है जहाँ पे मेजर फूड जॉइंट्स वगैरह हैं, उसमें ऑलरेडी पीएनजी की लाइन्स पहले से हैं। तो अभी टारगेट ये किया जा रहा है कि 100% कवर कर दें, ताकि वहाँ पे भी लोड कम आ जाए, और पैरेलली फिर जो डिफरेंट सेक्टर्स में जो पाइपलाइन कर रही है वहाँ से फर्दर जो कमर्शियल वाला पार्ट है वो भी ये बेसिकली उसको ट्राई कर रहे हैं। और नेक्स्ट 3 मंथ्स में उन्होंने खुद का भी अपना एक मतलब मेजर टारगेट दिया हुआ है। अभी अराउंड 35,000 कनेक्शंस हैं पीएनजी के, जो अगर हम लोग रेजिडेंशियल वाली बात करते हैं, वो उन्होंने खुद कहा है कि वो लगभग उसको 75,000 तक लेके जाएंगे नेक्स्ट 3 मंथ्स में, उस लेवल पे काम करेंगे।
Just to support what Sushant is saying, in the last 1 month, 281 connections have already been released and gasified. So, 229 in the domestic sector and 52 connections in the commercial sectors have already been done. And since it was the initial phase, there must have been some gearing up. I think it will the acceleration will further get accelerated. So, coming to the questions. आप लोगों ने आपने पूछा कि न्यू कनेक्शंस अभी बंद हैं, तो हाँ ये सच है कि अभी न्यू कनेक्शंस बंद हैं। प्राइमरीली टू माय अंडरस्टैंडिंग, आप पहले जो लोग जिनके पास कनेक्शन नहीं थे, अज्यूम किया जा रहा था कि वो दूसरे किसी न किसी मोड में यूज़ कर रहे हैं। सो व्हेन यू हैव अ क्राइसिस, द रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी इज टू सर्व दोज हु आर ऑलरेडी यूजिंग इट। सो फॉर द मोमेंट इट इज़ नॉट सो, एंड दोज हु have not, I think we have got an option of 5 kg FTL. As soon as the situation will improve, we will do that. आपका एक क्वेश्चन था कि सिलेंडर बुकिंग जो है 25 से 45 दिन, अर्बन एरिया में 25 दिन है और रूरल में 45 दिन या 45 डेज है। तो हमने अपने नंबर्स देखे तो टिपिकली अगर हम बात करें कि कितना LPG कंजम्पशन है, तो अगर रूरल एरिया में बात करें तो 6 किलो पर मंथ का कनेक्शन आता है, विच इज़ अबाउट 70 डेज एक सिलेंडर चलता है इन द रूरल एरिया। वेयर एज इन द अर्बन एरिया ऑल्सो इट इज़ अबाउट आई थिंक 30 डेज, 35 डेज या 40 डेज का मिशन है। तो कीपिंग दैट इन माइंड, अगर 45 डेज से भी बुक होता है और जो आज की स्थिति है, अगर उसमें 10 दिन का भी डिलीवरी टाइम मैं मानता हूँ, तो 55 दिन में या 50 दिन 55 दिन में सिलेंडर मिल सकता है, which is still lesser than the average consumption of this. So while we do not, I don't think that this will continue for a longer time, but to tide over the situation, आपको कभी-कभी इस तरीके के decisions लेने पड़ते हैं, so that there is no difficulty in the market. आपने किसी ने सवाल पूछा कि बुकिंग तो हो जाती है लेकिन उसके बाद में डिलीवरी होने में टाइम लग रहा है, तो शायद मैंने कोशिश करी थी अपने एड्रेस में उसको आंसर करने की। क्या हो रहा है कि बिकॉज ऑफ दिस पैनिक और द पीपल बिकमिंग कंसर्न, बुकिंग्स हैड इंक्रीज, तो डिलीवरी इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर और सप्लाईज आर अगर रेगुलर भी है तो भी बुकिंग डिलीवरी से ज़्यादा है, तो धीरे धीरे अगर वो 20-20 हज़ार डेली बढ़ती जाएगी तो 3-4-5 दिन में वो 1 दिन बढ़ जाएगी। तो ऐसे करते करते पूरा 1 महीने में, जो कि हमको पहले 2 दिन में होती थी, वो 6 दिन के आसपास पहुंच गई। आई होप कि अगर अब बुकिंग्स कुछ कम आने लगी हैं, बुकिंग्स अगर कम आएंगी तो डिलीवरी पीरियड आपका कम हो जाएगा। ऑन द कॉमर्शियल साइड आपने पूछा था कि कॉमर्शियल सिलेंडर का, तो कॉमर्शियल सिलेंडर का मैं ये बताना चाहूँगा आपको कि 20% से हमने शुरू किया था और करीब 70% पे पहुँच गए हैं, और विच इज़ क्वाइट अ रीजनेबल नंबर। जो बाकी का 3000 टन का गैप है, हो सकता है लोग या तो ऑल्टरनेट फ्यूल पे कुछ शिफ्ट हो गए होंगे, और नहीं तो अगर अपॉर्चुनिटी मिलेगी और जैसे डायरेक्शंस प्राप्त होंगे तो हो सकता है हम आने वाले टाइम में वो कर लें, बट फिलहाल के लिए इट इज़ एट 70%। गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया ने काफ़ी सारे और चीज़ों को प्रमोट करने के लिए स्टेट गवर्नमेंट्स को रिक्वेस्ट करी है, जैसे कि CBG के लिए एक पॉलिसी लाने के लिए रिक्वेस्ट करी है। सिमिलरली PNG को प्रमोट करने के लिए, जैसे सुशांत जी बता रहे थे, कुछ डीम्ड अप्रूवल देने की बात करी है। तो इस प्रोसेस में अगर कुछ लोग दूसरे फ्यूल पर पहुँच सकते हैं तो एज अ सॉवरेन कंट्री आई थिंक वी शुड रिड्यूस द इम्पोर्ट डिपेंडेंस। तो जहाँ तक हो सके ये जो CBG या बाकी फ्यूल्स हैं जो कि लेसर कार्बन एमिटिंग हैं, द गवर्नमेंट फोकसेस ऑन प्रमोटिंग दोज फ्यूल्स एज वेल। Rates, I think I'll be the difficult for me to comment, and we should be happy that whether it is any liquid fuel or LPG, we have been insulated, and despite such a rise, as of now there has been no increase in the prices. On the pipeline, Sushant ji has addressed. I think the first question I'll answer at the last, which is black marketing. See, as I said, while most of our distributors are doing a fair job, and that is why there has been a lesser complaints as compared to the many of the other areas. And another good thing is my team is responding to them very fast. उसका रिजल्ट क्या हो रहा है कि जो बाकी स्टेट में भी दिक्कत हो रही है वो भी हम ही को टैग हो रही है कि बिकॉज यू आर रिस्पॉन्डिंग टू देम, सो दे आर ऑल्सो डूइंग इट. सो बट to handle these people who are not falling in line, as I said, we are also conducting the raids, and the government of Punjab is also conducting the raids, and the severest of the actions are being taken against them. So this is all.
One question. 5 किलो की सिलेंडर जो पेट्रोल पंप पे मिल रही है,
नहीं बिल्कुल रहेंगे जहाँ हमने वो पहले भी रहते थे, अभी बीच में क्योंकि लोगों को और जगह से मिल रहे थे तो उन्होंने नहीं उठाए होंगे और हो सकता है पेट्रोल पंप ने वापस रिफिल नहीं कराए होंगे. नाउ वी हैव गिवन अ क्लियर मैंडेट दैट ऑल दीज पेट्रोल पंप्स जहाँ पर हमारा पॉइंट ऑफ सेल है वहाँ पर सिलेंडर बिल्कुल रहेंगे. दैट्स आवर एश्योरेंस. और कभी नहीं मिलता है तो डू लेट अस नो इफ समथिंग.
फास्ट फूड वाले हैं सर, उनको हर हफ्ते ही सिलेंडर मिल जाता है,
2 नंबर पे लेते हैं
वही ब्लैक मार्केट की तरफ से.
देखिए आप इतना बड़ा सिस्टम ऑपरेट कर रहे हैं, मेरा कहना यही है कि अगर आप लोगों के पास कुछ ऐसा मिलता है तो ये बड़ा आई टोल्ड यू द नंबर ऑल्सो, एंड वी विल टेक द स्ट्रिक्टेस्ट ऑफ द एक्शन अगेंस्ट देम. सो दैट्स एज आई सेड, दिस इज जीरो टॉलरेंस पॉलिसी, एंड वी हैंडल अबाउट कितना सिलेंडर डेली देते हैं इन आर एरिया, 1.7 लाख से घरों में रोजाना पहुँचते हैं. तो कोशिश ये जारी है कि आप लोगों में से किसी को, हमारे किसी भी सिटीजन को दिक्कत नहीं हो, और कहीं अगर कुछ दिक्कत है तो डू लेट अस नो, विल प्रॉमिस यू दैट विल टेक द फास्ट स्टेप्स. Madam, I think I'll share it with you. I am not having it